A long time ago, somewhere in England, there was a place called the Enchanted Forest. A cricket named Jiminy traveled into the mysterious and magical woodland. There, he befriended a spoiled but kind-hearted llama named Cusco, who was banished by his own kind because of his arrogance. Jiminy and Cusco visited a vixen named Maid Marian at her mansion. Marian and her friend, a chicken named Lady Cluck, took the cricket and the llama to a kingdom not far away from the mansion. With help from a pixie named Tinker Bell, Jiminy Cricket moved into a large tree and he lived there. Meanwhile, Marian helped Cusco move to Pride Rock in the Pride Lands. After the fox left, the llama befriended a lion named Mufasa and his pride. In a cave at the backside of Pride Rock, Cusco encountered Mufasa's brother, Prince Taka. He was threatening Cusco and says his name is Scar, son of the devil. Mufasa rescued Cusco, and Scar stormed off. Later that night, the animals of the forest visited a lioness named Sarabi and her newborn cub, Simba. Months later, after he grew, Simba met a cub named Nala. Elsewhere, Cusco was jealous of Nala for being friends with Simba. Although Simba befriended Abu the monkey and his master, Donald Duck, Cusco tried to trick Nala with something, but then he accidentally started an elephant stampede. Later that day, Simba realized that Nala was spending time with another cub named Palo. After a dismayed Simba walked away, Nala argues with her father, Lambert. Nala walked alone through the Enchanted Forest. Simba was tricked by Kaa the snake, who took him to the Cave of Wonders, where he finds the genie and his magic lamp. Along with Cusco the llama, Donald Duck, and Abu the monkey, Simba battled Kaa and defeated him. The genie helped Simba and his friends escape from the cave. Simba went on a series of misadventures in a small town far from the forest. He encountered Wonder Woman. After Simba returned to the Enchanted Forest, his parents, Mufasa and Sarabi, defended him and his best friend Nala from some dangerous creatures. Months after the death of his parents, Simba battled Shere Khan the tiger and the putties. The Pink Ranger defended Simba from the putties, and they both defeated Shere Khan. After Simba grew up, he married Nala, and she gave birth to their daughter, Kiara. 10 years later, Mufasa's old friend, Bagheera the Panther, who is the owner of an animal orphanage, sent the orphan pony Twilight Sparkle, her adopted pet baby dragon Spike, and their childhood friends, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie, on a mission to rescue Winnie the Pooh and his friends. The animals traveled to America, and they met a mouse named Fivo Mousekewitz, who got separated from his family. After the animals rescued him from Warranty Cat, Fivo reunites with his family. The mice traveled to England and moved in with the animals in the Enchanted Forest. Sometime later, Bagheera sent Cusco the llama to take Twilight and Spike to find a new home. With help from Piglet, Pooh, Tigger, Fivel, Woody the Cowboy, Buzz Lightyear, Rex the Dinosaur, Miss Bianca and Mrs. Brisby, the animals battled Captain Pete, Scroop, the Sheriff of Nottingham, Prince John, Gaston the Gum, and Professor Ratigan. The animals also befriended Robin Hood the Fox and his little sister, Rita the Fox. Rita befriended Hugo the jungle animal and the Jedi warriors. They prevented the Sith Lords from taking over the forest. Twilight and her friends befriended Kiara and her new friends, the Fraggles. After a battle with Simba's traitorous uncle Scar, Kiara was later engaged to her childhood friend Kovo. Months later, Twilight and her friends befriended a young fox named Todd, who got separated from his parents, Marion and Robin. Todd also befriended a young hound named Copper. Todd reunites with his parents after he escaped from Copper's owner, a hunter named Amos Slade, and his older hound, Chief. Todd grew up, and he became the Lord of the Forest. With help from Vixie and Alu, the animals prevented Foulfellow the Fox and Lord Mouse from taking over the Enchanted Forest. Todd banished Twilight to the countryside after they have an argument. Cusco and Spike followed her, and they went to live with the Green Ranger. 7 years later, Twilight, Spike, and Cusco went on many adventures with the Green Ranger. After an encounter with Prince Blueblood, Twilight and Spike are adopted by a couple of married horses who lived in a village. 3 years later, the Enchanted Forest was abandoned by some of the animals because of when they are scared away by Todd and his hot-headed temper. Elsewhere, Jiminy Cricket believed that a fawn named Bambi will bring justice back to the Enchanted Forest. Bambi learned a few life lessons from his mother and his father, the Great Stag. After Bambi's mother was killed by a hunter, the little deer went to live with a friendly deer named Mina. Months later, Bambi went on a series of adventures with his friends, Jiminy, Tinkerbell, Mike Wazowski, James P. Sullivan, Thumper the Rabbit, Flower the Skunk, and the Green Ranger. On his adventure in London, Bambi encountered Goldar, Lord Zed, and a lioness named Zira. The Pink Ranger rescued Bambi from the villains. Bambi defended his friend, a fawn named Feline, from a mean-spirited deer named Rano. Bambi sometimes met Launch Panda Quack in the village and Simba in the Pride Lands. He and Jiminy even once met Sarabi, Mufasa, Scar, and Chief, who came back as ghosts. Bambi was chased by Todd the Fox, but when Todd trapped Bambi and was ready to kill him, Bambi begins crying. Todd felt ashamed and he ran off. Copper defended the fox from Rano and his followers. Sometime after Bambi reunites with his lost little sister, Agatha, Todd finds Bambi and they became friends. One night, Bambi had a dream about when he met his mother. Nala defended Bambi from Zira. Well, on Bambi's new adventures, he befriended Sam I Am and Guy Am I. Nala defeated Zira. A year later, Bambi grew up with Thumper and Flower. One day, Bambi reunites with Feline, who also grew up. Elsewhere, Jiminy Cricket and Tinkerbell helped Bambi fight off a group of hounds who were sent by the hunter. One night, Rano tried to steal Feline away from Bambi, but Feline escaped after Bambi came with Todd the Fox, and they battled with Rano. The hunter accidentally set the Enchanted Forest on fire. Rano killed Todd in a blind rage. After Bambi and his father escaped from the fire, an enraged Rano tried to catch Bambi and kill him. But Rano accidentally fell off a cliff to his death in the burning forest below. After the enchanted forest was burned down, Bambi reunites with Feline. Some years later, the animals finish rebuilding the woodland after the enchantment was gone. Feline gave birth to twin fawns. Elsewhere, Jiminy Cricket was sad because he believed that Bambi does not care about him anymore. But when he sees Bambi on a cliff, after the deer became the new ruler of the forest, Jiminy was happy because he realized that he and Bambi will always be best friends.